just a moment.
When I first heard about this game, I really wanted to like it, solely based on its name and its developer No Goblin, who also made Roundabout. But after playing it for a few hours, testing several characters, and playing through the campaign, well, actually I liked it. You play as one of several giant robots attempting to play golf across several environments not suited for the sport, such as cities, mountains, the surface of the moon, and the bottom of the ocean, trying to complete holes in the fewest number of strokes, the fastest time, or both. Each robot has its own weapon to clear destructible obstacles or attack other golfers, aside from just swinging around the golf club, and a special ball skill to make things like hitting narrow targets, putting, or hitting ridiculously long drives easier. Each robot also has one of 4 swinging systems for determining shot accuracy. Stopping 3 dials at a set point, using the pressure-sensitive L2 and R2 buttons, stopping 2 gauges close to each other, and the good old power and accuracy gauges. In campaign mode, you follow a group of robot golfers involved in a catastrophe which happened before the game called the Eagle Incident. The animation is largely limited to motion tweens and lip flaps, though it does spontaneously gain something resembling an animation budget now and then. It's also filled with anime references, some not so obvious, and some shoved into the camera as the characters scream, "Hey, remember Evangelion, guys?" Most of the cast are non-actors, in an effort to replicate the quality of English anime dubs from the 80s and 90s. And they certainly hit that goal.
Wait, how do you know Vani?
Oh, we crossed paths in college?
Really? I didn't know you went to Robot Golf University.
If you're going to do it now. If not, then leave. You must confront your fears.
Get in the stupid robot already!
The voiceovers are bad, but I was entertained by them. And even if I wasn't, holding intentionally bad acting to achieve a certain aesthetic against a game strikes me as ordering a well-done steak and then complaining to the chef that the taste of the meat is gone.
Unfortunately, you're never going to identify the quality of a beef when the steak is well cooked. So, I'm really sorry to piss on your bonfire, but it's a bit of a stupid question.
That being said, with a couple exceptions, most of the game's humor isn't laugh-out-loud funny. It's more sit back and nod gently while smirking funny. The rough laughter equivalent of a golf clap. That's especially true for most of the McElroy brothers' commentary.
Could this be her return to the Robot King's game of 100-foot robot golf? I don't know. That's why I did a question sound.
I didn't know if you were asking me. That was weird.
I just was doing a regular question noise because I don't know.
Armageddon's sick of watching you hit all these asteroids.
Travis, they call this next hole the Widowmaker, which seems an odd concept for robots. Where does that stem from?
Well, in the olden days, robot marriage used to be legal, but since has been outlawed.
The Geop jokes, however, are anti-humor.
Want to know how far it is between the teeing grounds and the hole? Oh, you know, a fair ways away. Is that a lake or a pond? Not sure what the technical difference is, but I could hazard a guess.
Jumping into the campaign can make getting used to these robots difficult, as each stage tends to change what robot you're piloting. It's alright when you're by yourself, but playing a head-to-head race right after switching robots means having to learn fast how everything works. Fortunately, there's a restart round option at your disposal if things go catastrophically wrong, and half the time you get to do some solo play before facing an opponent. Note I said restart round, not restart hole. It can be frustrating to get to the last hole and completely tank it, but that doesn't matter if you've already accrued enough points from prior holes, and each level is only 2 to 3 holes long anyway. Most of the AI opponents are pretty simple to beat as well, since they always wait for the ball to stop moving before going after it. So starting over isn't much of a loss. This might change with the upcoming update and the Steam release, as the AI seems to be a focus for that. I was able to get the hang of each of the robots pretty quickly, using their abilities to charge ahead and take out obstacles that would block my ball, or destroying them from a distance by, say, launching a skateboard at them. This can also help when playing against someone by scattering debris around their ball so they can't get a clean shot, or just jumping in the way of their shot so it doesn't fly as far. At one point I even used the debris to my advantage, using a knocked over building to make sure I didn't badly overshoot a chip onto the green. However, a couple of robots inexplicably hit their shots slightly to the right of where I would aim every single time, no matter how accurate I was in the swing minigame. Mason in particular is especially guilty of this. Aside from that, the mechanics, destructible objects, ball finesse, wind, green tilt, and the like, seem to work just fine. Graphically, the game is nothing impressive, but then again, neither was Roundabout. It runs smoothly even when charging through rows of buildings, and the only problems I had were the ball noticeably clipping through some parts of the ground, though this didn't affect how the ball moved, and when the video for the cutscenes in campaign mode stopped working until I reset the game.
That is a great putt by Suzume. She really put that golf egg in its home. That's gotta clinch it, right? And there she goes again.
I don't know what caused this, and I haven't been able to replicate it since. Content is the biggest drawback of the game, with unlockables consisting of some skins for balls and robots, as well as horns, which can be bought for medals earned by doing well on campaign stages. I bought more than 2/3 of these after finishing the campaign, which took about 3.5 hours over about 36 different holes. Unless you're going back to get gold medals on every stage, or playing against friends online or with split screen, or grinding out the special Control 4 Robots at Once speed game, or going to Hall of Fame mode to climb the leaderboard for times or strokes on individual holes, or play the speedrun or stroke run modes. Man, I'm kind of destroying the point I was trying to make here. There's not much to do. The novelty of playing as the two extra characters, Jeffrey the Skeleton and Pierce Washington from the Saints Row franchise, is nice, but it wears off fast. I can't help but think that the $20 price point hurts this game more than anything else, and how much of that might be related to its VR compatibility. Though since it launched 5 months ago, it's gone on sale twice, so price drops aren't unheard of for this title. I went into 100-foot robot golf expecting a goofy, unrealistic take on golf with giant robots and gameplay that's unusual by golf game standards but otherwise functional. What I got was a goofy, unrealistic take on golf with giant robots and gameplay that's unusual by golf game standards but otherwise functional. The pace of play never bothered me because I expected golf, which is slow, mixed with kaiju-esque giant robots, which are slow, to be slower paced, particularly when played underwater or on the moon. Just ask Alan Shepard how easy golfing on the moon is.
They got more dirt than ball that time.
Overall, it's not bad, it's not exceptional, save for some of the cutscenes. It's tough to describe where on the spectrum of quality I'd put it. Let's say above average. Placed one step above I don't see the appeal but my friend won't stop talking about it, and one step below own at least one t-shirt or poster referencing it, which puts it in the neighborhood of good enough to write questionable fanfiction about. I'll leave it to you to decide what questionable means.
You thought the developers of this game were gonna leave in whale striking technology? What's wrong with you?